Hello everybody, I'm Warren Martin, instructor for your next course here, Applied Business Research. And looking at the roster, there's maybe one or two of you have been in other courses with me, but majority of this is your first time with me. So I do these videos every week, although not mandatory. They're strongly suggested or recommended. Average 9 out of 10 students watch them every week, and they all like them. Positive reviews, I guess. But I always start out with the scenery here. But one of the things I just want to point out is since you are new to me, you'll probably see me more down the road. You're in your first, second year here of your program, so depending on what you're doing, you'll probably see a lot more of me. So I do these videos. I want to just briefly go over the course, but also just to add a little more inspiration, keep you motivated. Holidays, I wish you a happy Thanksgiving and things like that. But also just a little bit of motivation. Lots of times we have lots of distractors in our lives, so I try to find things that are maybe motivational or inspirational for students. Things like commitment, like this little saying here, commitment means staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood, left you. So, when you first started to go do to school and everything, you're probably all fired up, ready to go. And along the way, things might happen. There might be obstacles that come along. You might have negative influences in your life. People who, although they like the idea of going to school, they're always negative about, how you're working on your school, or you're not doing this, that, or the other. So, I just try to keep people motivated. One of the things I have found over the years, I've been doing this a while now, is uh, it's not a question of inability to do coursework. A majority of students, all of you, are more than capable of doing the work. The thing is the time, finding the time. And I was in the same back when I started my MBA and then a PhD thing. I found out that I had to make time. Um, it wasn't about having time; it's about making the time. We have the time. It's just, well, how do we organize it? And there's lots of distractors, there's lots of obstacles, and you have to figure out a way to do it. One of the things I preach about is school is not something you do on Sunday night. It's part of your life. It's everyday thing or every other day. I use analogies like coffee drinkers. You drink your coffee. If you're parents or you don't just do it on Sunday. You do it every day, and same thing with school. You get into that habit, the routine, and you'll do much better in school, and it won't be as stressful. So that's why I kind of harp on that a lot. And don't expect positive changes in life if you surround yourself with negative people. If you got people who are negative, just ignore them or do a positive spin on it and don't let them. Over the years, I've had students talk to me about, yeah, this person, that person, and it's difficult, it's there, but you have to figure out a way to get past it. So just stay positive, stay focused, and you'll get through it. Into the course room here. And then something about me, I'm a 7-day-a-week person, so you don't have to do the office hour thing with me. You just you can text me, call me, use the email system here, and I get back to people right away. Most usually within a couple of hours if I don't get you right away. So there again, you don't have to wait till a certain day of the week to ask a question. So into the course here. So since I'm assuming all of you are familiar with the course room here, how to get in here and look at things. So get to your text, you go into the modules there. It's an ebook. You click on this link right here, and it'll open up another window, and then you click one more time there, and that'll take you to your book. So this particular book is cases, so that's the cases. In your weekly presentations are not out of that book. It's out of another resource. Um, and so this is your weekly presentation. So you have different things you have to go through here, and these are what your quizzes and so forth to be based on. So okay, so week one you have you have your weekly readings. So here are some. This course is a little bit different because it's teaching you how to do research and then do case analysis. So if you're, depending on what you're doing for your career in the future, you may be asked one day to, hey, show the bosses how to do something. So you're gonna have to do some research on it, and it may not be something elaborate, but it might be say, hey, you might have a vendor come into, you might be the office person, and you have a vendor who wants to start a new credit card system or something with you. Well, your boss may say, well, hey, show me. And then you have to come up with a little presentation to show them yay or nay, or what's the good thing about this or bad thing about that. So that's part of what this exercise is all about, is, you know, learning how to do some research and then present it. And so that's where these case studies come in. And so these readings this week go over how and what you're looking at to prepare for case studies. So, and so that's your readings, and then you've got the presentation, discussion. Okay, things on discussions, make sure your initial discussion is due by Wednesday of each week. That's so everybody has enough time to look at it, and do 2 replies, a minimum of 2 replies. The initial discussion needs to be, you know, a paragraph or so. Your replies need to be more than a sentence, or, oh, that's a good idea. You know, you can actually say something. So that's on the discussions. And there is point deductions if you're late, so you know, you can lose a lot of points on being late. I'm pretty leaning greater, but at the same time, you know, I mean, you know, lateness and things like that. If you're in the hospital or something, you let me know. Okay, then we can work on that. So, but you know, like I said, you know, pretty most part, you know, just, you know, being on time, getting in there, and doing that. The other thing, on homeworks, I'm also pretty lenient. If you do something that's really, really off base, I'll send it back to you. I won't fail you on a homework. So, you know, but these homeworks, again, you got, like I say, this course is a little bit different. So when you go in here, make sure you scroll down all the way in there too, so that, you know, you see everything that's due on the papers. So, so like this week, you know, you got two things. You got, you know, this strategic operational planning assignment, and then you got the adult. Each week you're gonna have a case you're gonna have to do out of that, and send that in the textbook. And so here's all the instructions again. Make sure you scroll all the way down so you get it all the way. And then you also got a project you have to end of week 5. So make sure you don't wait until week 5 to do it. It's a pretty in-depth project. You can pick anything except these 4 here that are in the textbook. So you look at that textbook, get something out of there except for these ones. And then you got to do like, you know, a paper and a PowerPoint on here. So, you know, just make sure you scroll down, you read all the instructions. And again, if you have any questions or anything, you always get in touch with me. Let me know, and we'll take care of it. So, all right, so that's pretty much the short version for this week. Normally I keep these videos like 3 to 5 minutes. This one's a little bit longer just because I'm going over a couple extra things here. But so that should pretty much cover it. When you see this, you know, make a comment in here that you've seen it. I also do YouTube videos pretty much every week, just either motivation or something inspirational, or just somebody's vacation or something. And I always keep those short too. I try to find short ones, 3 to 5 minutes. The other thing I do is, you know, I'm one of these obnoxious grandparents. You know, I have a 5-year-old. He just turned 5, and I got a 1-year-old kid. Now, students that have been with me, you know, for the whole programs, a lot of them have, you know, been with me since they seen the grandkid that was 1 year. You know, he was 1, now he's 5. And, you know, so if you're going to be in this program for the next couple of years, you're going to see a lot of my grandkids. So there you go. But I do this so that you can make a comment in the reply to the video that you watched the video, and it's like a test question. Because some people will say, oh, I watched the video, I've seen your video, but they didn't answer the question. So I do these test questions, and so this week I actually got a little video in here for a test question. So this is it. And so when you see this, you can let me know what's going on here, okay? So there you go. Yep. So there they are. So that's what's, so just let me know what's going on, and that way I know you watch the video. So with that, I will, I'm going to let you go. Have a happy, you know, good Thanksgiving and everything. And again, if you need to get in touch with me, you don't have to wait till a certain day. Just text me or send me an email. I get back with you always, you know, within a few hours or something. So, so again, welcome to the course. You know, got 5 weeks, and then you also got the holiday break. So actually, you got a little more than 5 weeks, because there's going to be a 2-week break in there, and then you come back after the holidays for 1 week. So, so we have some time. But with that, I'll let you go. Have a great week and everything, and get in touch if you need anything. Take care, everybody.